Well, today we woke up well. There is no that rush that has been seen the past 2 days. I have to tell you that there is some businesses here in the CBD that are open today. You can see 1 or 2 people here moving from one shop to another. You can see a high number of boda operators today working. As we were coming to the town today, we even had an opportunity to go through Kondele. And the Kondele today is open. You can see there is some chemists there that are open. You can see there are some shops that are open. And it seems that slowly things are turning back to normal. I also have to inform you about the high contingents of police officers that are still moving around here just to ensure that everything is contained. This is an area that has seen a lot of actions for the past 2 days, an exchange between the protesters and the police officers who have been ensuring that none of the government and personal property will be destroyed during these skirmishes of the Azimio anti-government protests. But I also have to tell you that yesterday we experienced something at Kondele where we had protesters engaging other community leaders, other youths from the community who felt that maybe the protesters were using that advantage to rob some people who they had put up those illegal barricades, and they were just trying to ensure that no one will get access without really having to part away with something. But there was some ugly incidences that were seen there. We yet to establish if students have resumed learning in this school. Remember yesterday as we were talking, there were so many schools that had remained, they had remained without being attended to. The students and teachers had not really arrived in school despite that order and assurance from the Ministry of Interior and Education that everything will be normal. But that is the busy Oginga Odinga street that my friend Dan is showing. This street on a normal day, it is always active. But you can see there is a supermarket there called Shivling. There is one door that is open and people can move in and buy 1 or 2 things. You can see that there are some boda operators who are moving around carrying gloves, an indication that there are shops that are open. But you have to tell you that police officers have been seen moving around. We've seen a contingent of GSU officers at Kibuye Market. These people are just trying to ensure that the places that are famous for lighting bonfires and putting on barricades on these roads are not today active. But that is something that we'll be keeping tabs here, just trying to see and ensure whatever happens here in Kisumu, we will be giving an in-depth coverage. But I also have to tell you that those people who were arrested in parts of Nyanza were taken to court partly yesterday. We are also going to follow up in our courts just to see if those who are arrested here in Kisumu and other parts will be arraigned, if they'll be arraigned in court. They were arrested yesterday, if they will be arraigned in court today, and just see the charges they will be applied on. But those are things we are going to follow up keenly here. But today in Kisumu, an area that has been seen as an epicenter, as a tape measure for the political temperatures in this county and the country, is pretty calm. Nothing to worry about, nothing much of an alarm. So from here, back to you in the studios.
Right, Bramal, please stay with me. Of course, you've mentioned the fact that there is starting to be normalcy in Kisumu. But have you spoken to the residents? What exactly are they saying about the protests? It's now day 3.
Yes, of course, we have spoken to some of the residents, and it's clear that I think from what they are saying, the fatigue of the demonstration is now catching up with them. There are those who feel that, especially the boda riders, who feel they own motorbikes that are on loan. They have to be remitting something daily to their owners or to their loanees. But that has not been happening. And they are afraid that those motorcycles, if the trend continues of the demos, they might be losing their only source of livelihoods. And maybe that is the only thing that is pushing these people from restraining from the demos. The high cost of living, the high cost of fuel and everything is really pushing them to think that it's time there are other options, there are other alternatives to solve whatever is turning up. But that is also something that has been coming up from the religious leaders here, from the protesters who were shot. We spoke to them at hospital yesterday, and it was clear. They are saying that although the protests might be a way the government could heed to the Azimio demands, they feel there are other alternatives that can be explored to ensure that as the businesses continue normally, there is also political solutions that are being arrived at. So that is exactly the feeling of residents here from Kisumu.
All right, thank you so much, Bramwell Weir, for that. Of course, that is the situation in Kisumu. Calm so far, heavy security presence, but of course, things are slowly returning back to normal. Now, from Kisumu,